Love and respect, everyone. It's Roxanne Grinage, higherlyrics.org. I'm Ezekiel Z.K.L. Brown and Ariel Roxanne Browns. They were grandmother. They were publicly mob assault abducted by their abusers, Sandra Sullivan, now going by the bigamous name of Sandra Brown, and Eric Lee Brown, and her mother, Diane Kearney, Lenwood Kearney, two of her brothers, Andrew Sullivan, Darren Sullivan, and her daughter, Laquita Sullivan, during a public mob assault child abduction in retaliation for having been served 45 minutes before with a rule to show cause of Kevin M. Docket to return children to show cause why they should not return Lorraine Grinage's children to her sole custody after all the abuses and contempt of every family court order, and now in contempt and fugitives from the public mob assault of President Judge Mayfield, referred to District Attorney for aggravated assault beatings of Willie Brownson and attacks on Lorraine Grinage and Roxanne Grinage on June 8, 2010. You know about the Grinage family private investigation through lawful means and practices of using administrative solutions, the free and low-cost services of the internet technologies. We provide standard access to those administrative services that raise quality of life by enabling fair entry into those competitive processes that cause exposure and earnings opportunities for the previously unseen, unmeasured, unaccommodated worldwide population of disadvantaged creators. What does that have to do with family court and CPS-funded DHS agency, official corruption, fraud, civil rights felonies inflicted on working class, student, and impoverished families spanning every religion, every gender, every region, every demographic across this nation, to cause a child slaughter, U.S. economy fraud, court and education reform, state of emergency? Tune in to this Sunday's Higher Lyrics is Born to Serve on Blog Talk Radio, where we meet Sundays at 11 a.m. to share administrative solutions for market entering challenges for the previously unseen, unaccommodated, worldwide population of disadvantaged creators. When you can be part of the listener audience, you can listen to conversations and remedies discussed by Love Thomas Wright Cooper. Some of you know him as Long with 6 O's, a video journalist in his own right, a blog talk radio show host in his own right, and an accomplished teacher and speaker of sovereignty principles, knowing the law and how to enforce the law. Roxanne Grinage and Love Thomas Wright Cooper discuss the administrative challenges for living in modern-day society, to overcome the challenges of the victim pool, the American family who does not know what the law is, being victimized in serial criminal fashion by those people who act like serial criminals, bearing titles of judge, esquire, CPS, social worker, caseworker, evaluator. Listen to us talk about it within the context of the current election and candidates and what judicial court candidates promise, how traffic court and family court are not authorized courts here in America, and the bodies of our government that everyone needs to be educated about so that we can rise to the challenge of finding lawful remedies to act in accordance with government law enforcement, the highest levels of law enforcement, the U.S. Department of Justice, Mr. Eric Holder, who we are asking for intervention, while we enact our private right as citizens to enforce the law through private investigation using privately retained law enforcement, authorized law enforcement to enforce the law, to retrieve our kidnapped, disabled, injured children of all ages, including elderly, that were kidnapped for the profit of multi-million-dollar DHS billing contractors because the judge, particularly in my case, the administrative judge, Kevin M. Doherty, with corruption poison Judge Robert J. Matthews, having committed 47 felonies, documented by the U.S. Citizens Control Public Docket Database demonstrated to be an administrative solutions tool, we are going to apply these conversations, the challenges we discussed, we're going to apply them to Mary August, who suffered a kidnap, whose daughter, Autumn Joy August, 2 years old, has been suffering kidnap, torture, injury, suffering, where Mary August is filing a counterclaim, naming, and that's the whole purpose for the U.S. Citizens Control Public Docket Database as an administrative solution through docket monitoring and through publicly posting verified incident reports. We can leverage individual accountability for those individuals who abuse their official positioning to act criminally to perpetrate felonies upon working class, student, and impoverished families, creating the federal crime victim in accordance with what the U.S. Attorney's definition of what a federal crime victim is. Just because these people, these criminals, are officials does not mean that the felony crime is any less severe. So in order to strip them of their individual accountability, their immunity that they are abusing in the 1983 Civil Rights Act language, the Congressional Act, we show how they acting criminally outside their state's position description, their municipal position description, and including elected officials who are non-responsive, to show that as federal crime victims, we can galvanize and organize voter clout to vote in, have enough endorsement clout to vote in ethical judiciary, and when elected officials are shown to be unethical, non-responsive, and retaliatory, as in the case of Philadelphia Mayor Michael Nutter, who is the defendant in several federal cases, official corruption, fraud, civil rights here, where the plaintiff children and families that complain about the deaths and illegal abortions that happen under Mayor Michael Nutter's watch are severely retaliated against. Michael Nutter having the advantage of taxpayer-paid dollars and campaign funds to enact said retaliation. We're going to use Mary August, and let's get it on the record. Mary August names these kidnapped people that are actually taking Autumn Joy August by undisclosed abusive, shown to be abusive foster parents, suffering every day. She's witnessed, afraid to have her diaper changed, open sores, diaper rash, sexually abused every day, will not disclose who the foster parents are, and what happens when the state's Attorney General's office, Karen M. Dinan, participates in these crimes. And she's the Assistant Attorney General, Karen M. Dinan, in Vancouver, Washington, spearheading crimes against American people, the kidnap for profit crime. So one, let's learn what the law is and how we can enforce individual accountability using government authorized law enforcement and private investigation, privately retained law enforcement. The culprits and perpetrators of crimes and injuries to Autumn Joy August since September 9, 2010 are Charlie Yang, Debbie Marker, Anita Teeters, Kurt Phillips, Dr. Stephen S. Maharg, Karen Dinan, foster parents to Autumn Joy August, CASA Supervisor of Colletts County, Washington, Longview Branch, and all others of names not disclosed due to suppression of records. County defendants, tune in and listen to Higher Lyrics is Born to Serve on Blog Talk Radio, and we are blessed to have the benefit of Love Thomas Wright Cooper Long's teachings regarding terminology, law, and the proper way to file torts, and executive letters will be taught how to do an executive letter, and declarations demanding to know delegation of authority, and we can really learn what the law is and continue to act lawfully to show that we are the law-abiding Americans who happen to be a victim pool of criminally behaving serial criminal people abusing their official positioning, and then we can get President Barack Obama's attention. This is going to go in to report all of our data in the U.S. Citizens Docket has been reported already to Eric Holder starting January 18th, Martin Luther King's birthday, 2010. But we are going to report all of our data up to now, which are over 500 families across the country, and broken down per jurisdiction. We talk about the Godboldo challenge where tanks actually took that woman out of her house and arrested her. How do we enforce the law when officially positioned criminals give orders, tyrannical orders, to abuse the people? And how do we enact the ethical law enforcement officials by showing them our evidence that we need their help, we need their intervention? God bless everyone. This is Roxanne Grinage. Thank you. Love Thomas Wright Cooper. Thank you, his wife, Sharice Randolph. You know her as Reese the Realist. Tune into her talk show, Reese the Realist. And thank you, everyone. God bless. This is Roxanne Grinage.